Hello, and welcome to the new collection for sensitive and reactive skin, Be Calm. This is Natalia Sotelo from Germain de Cappuccini, USA. Up to today, the So Delicate collection was the go-to line for sensitive and reactive skin. Now, Germain de Cappuccini has brought us the Be Calm collection, the expert dermocosmetic for sensitive, intolerant, and with a tendency to redness. Keep in mind that the So Delicate collection is going to still be our go-to treatment for the treatment room. However, for home care, the Be Calm is going to be fulfilling these shoes. We need to start by noticing that the sensitive skin is not a skin type, but a condition that could be altered at any time during your life. It could start at a very early age, or it can become visible in adulthood. Many times, this condition needs to be treated for several months or even years. But there are other times where we have a transitory condition that it could only take a few days or weeks in order to bring the skin back to normal. Nowadays, we've seen that the sensitive skin becomes more visible in our customers. Now, more and more people are saying that they have a sensitive skin. Their skin reacts to agents such as their cleansing products, their facial treatments. And this is because several reasons. One of them could be the climate change. Others could be that people are abusing of those dermocosmetic treatments, such as peelings, dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, microneedling, aesthetics procedure. The skin will be able to lose its calmness for various reasons. We have the intrinsic factors. These factors are those that comes in from within the individual. These are things that we cannot really control. This could be the genetic code that we have brought in, the type of skin. The phototype 1, for instance, is one of the ones that are more proactive to sensitive skin. Psychological factors like stress or depression can also affect the skin, and of course we have all the hormonal changes. So this, while the intrinsic factors act from within the individual, we have the extrinsic factors that wield their influence from the outside, like for example the environment, where we're living, what we eat. All of those things are factors that are going to be modifying our skin condition, and that we will be able to control them very much. We don't know exactly most of the times what are the agents that are causing these reactions on our skin, but some of the things that we've seen in a sensitive skin is that the barrier function is going to be altered, where the film, the protective film, it's not going to be balanced and is going to be letting all these allergens going into our skin, letting more water that it should to go out, and then the skin will be losing that protection function on the skin. We see that a sensitive skin, because of the tolerance threshold, it's very low. We're going to be able to feel the skin with an uncomfortable feeling, such as the itching, the burning, the sensitive to the touch. All of those things may be able to happen, as well as have all those neurosensory activities being altered, which is going to be causing the skin to be inflamed. We represent, we see in this a representation of the telangiectasia. The telangiectasia is a condition that it is characterized by the dilatation of the capillaries, in which it causes them to appear as small red purple clusters, like the spidery veins appear on the skin. And this is because the blood vessels increases in activity, making it bigger in size. Therefore, we have some basic signals that is going to be allowing this sensitive skin to happen. We can have some signs that are internally, so the person may feel the tightness, the burning, the itching sensation within, but also there will be signs that we will be able to see because the skin has been inflamed. We see the redness, we have the extreme dehydration of the product, and therefore all the roughness and the dryness happens. And this is where we're gonna be able to see the flaking on the skin. So this is where we come into the dermocosmetic field. The dermocosmetic is a concept that started in Europe. It usually refers to the products that are going to be treating sensitive skin. It also will be for supplements of the skin that has a tendency to acne, to rosacea, to a skin that it is atopic, meaning that it doesn't have enough water or oil. It's going to also be used to reduce all the effects of the photosensitizing of the medications, treatments that has happened on the skin, and the formulation that we have brought into this dermocosmetics. It has to be very closely looked because it has to have ingredients that the skin is not, that with agents that the skin will be able to tolerate, because this type of skin, like we've seen before, doesn't have the same capacity to protect itself like a normal skin would do. So with the dermocosmetics, it is governed by the cosmetic regulation because it is inspired by the same processes that they used to create medicine. So in one end, we have the dermatological medication that is going to be basically talking about the health of the skin. On the other side, we have the classical cosmetic where you're going to be able to look into the beauty of the skin. So we have brought in both together into the middle where we will be able to work with the dermocosmetic product. That means that our ingredients that are going to be going from health to beauty on the skin. For this, we need to work with active ingredients that are going to be completely harmless. We have developed all of these ingredients into the word cosmetics without. Without what? Without alcohol, without mineral oils, essential oils, silicones, fragrance, and of course to have paraben free. This with the end of having a products that are going to be 100% compatible with any skin type, including those that are very sensitive with a skin condition such as rosacea and all of these sensitivity. Talking about ingredients that are going to be absence of fragrance. This is very important. We don't have any perfume added into our products or any essential oils in order to avoid the reacting of the skin by all means. And so the products had to be hypoallergenic, not only hypoallergenic to the skin itself, but also to the eyes. And this is very important, especially talking about the cleansing product that we're going to be later on, because of this specific thing. It has to have also hypoallergenic within the eyes. So in other words, we had to work with a cosmetic that is going to be very high in quality, optimizing all the results so that the person will be able to feel comfortable applying them, and therefore with having results that are going to be long lasting. The containers that we used are also very special in the way that the technology that we used on the moisturizers with the airless technology and with the serum with the retention valve. What this means is that we created some containers that will allow product to go out from the container, but nothing will go into the container. So the oxidation process is going to be prevented 100% within the product. So this is how we created the Be Calm collection, an expert dermocosmetics for sensitive skin. In here, we developed an active ingredient called Skin Biome Repair, and we worked in close cooperation with the University of Valencia in order to bring together the best possible product for for this type of skin. For many years now, within the skincare industry, we started talking about the microbiome, the microbiota. All of these things, how the bacteria within our skin is going to be protecting the skin itself. The skin microbiota, it is going to have, it's how the bacteria within our skin will be able to protect the skin against environmental damages. So how we're going to be able to see the skin not as just the largest organ in our body, but as an ecosystem of life that needed to be feeded in order to maintain the balance and create a self protective agent within the skin. The skin microbiota. The skin is a complex and dynamic ecosystem that is inhabited by bacteria, by fungi, and by viruses. All of these microbes, collectively referred to as the skin microbiota, are fundamental to the skin physiology and immunity. So this over here, we're going to be able to work together with it in order to keep it balanced and therefore keep the skin secure and protected. Within these microorganisms, there are two large groups. The first group is the resident microorganism. The resident microorganism are the good bacteria. This is the bacteria that lives within us. They are going to be multiplying by themselves. They can come and go as they please. They will be able to work out together by itself. This has no harmful effect at all. In the contrary, it has a lot of beneficial effects. But then we have the pathogenic microorganisms. These are the bacteria that we do not like. This is the bacteria that is coming in from the environment, from the outside in, and is going to be weakening the host defenses, making the bacteria going into it, culture itself, and damage the balance of the skin. So we're going to be able to see our skin as a culture medium that is going to be affected by our genetic code, but also by the where we live, what we eat, how we live our life. Everything is going to be affecting this culture medium within the skin as the microbiota. So why is the microbiota important? Well, because the microbiota is going to help us fight in two lines of defenses. The first one is going to be helping with the chemical barrier that is going to be preventing any of the bad bacteria to come into our body and damaging the balance of it. And the second is going to be assisting with the immune system, meaning any bacteria that was able to come in, well, we're going to be fighting it off and make that bacteria die, not making an unpleasant environment for that bacteria to grow and proliferate. So that's how it's going to be protecting us against any infection that we may have. Remember this? So the microbiota is going to be creating this film right here in order to prevent the allergens to go in, excess water to go out. Now, any allergen that is going to go in, if we have a balanced microbiota right here, is gonna fight it, and these allergens may not do anything to our skin. If the microbiota is not balanced, then the allergens will be able to grow, to proliferate, and then causing the harm within the skin. So we have the cutaneous microbiota is going to be then protecting us as, well, one is going to be creating a hostile environment so that any bacteria that is going to come in touch with our skin is not going to be proliferating. Then is going to be degrading the lipids on the skin. Therefore, is going to be favoring that barrier function so that the water is not going to go out as it would if it's not protected. It's going to be protecting the skin against the immunosuppression that the UV radiation or the sun rays is going to be affecting and generating on our skin. And basically it's going to be interacting with the immune system. So it's going to be allowing to increase the synthesis of the antimicrobial peptides, or the AMPs, to allow the skin to protect against any pathogenic bacteria that came in touch with our skin. What can affect the skin microbiota? Like I mentioned before, the skin microbiota will be affected by many things, such as the genetic code. If your parents had a rosacea, this condition, then you have the genetic predisposition to get it too. But most importantly is what we're going to be seeing, what negative bacteria may come in touch with us depends on many things, that some of them we can control, other times it's going to be hard to control it. But it is just important to keep the microbiota balanced in order to avoid any colonization of that unwanted bacteria. So here you will be able to see some of the things that are affecting us. But now, now that we are in the COVID era, we need to know that the use of the facial masks. This is a huge effect that is doing into our microbiota. This is damaging the microbiota of the lower part of the face. You may see customers coming in to get your facials, or customers calling you, letting you know that they are experiencing a rash on the area that is covered by the mask. You have been able to see that it is like that unwanted acne, like the maskne is what they're talking about, the maskne. Well, this is just the acne that has been coming out for people that are using the face mask into this area of the skin. Well, this happens because when we talk, when we breathe, we are getting bacteria from our body out. Now, when you don't have a facial mask, this bacteria is just going to be going out of your body and into the air. But since we have this cloth covering our face, that bacteria is going to be remaining on that cloth. And then it's going to be proliferating. And if we don't have the microbiota balance, this proliferation will happen and will cause those rashes that we're seeing more and more frequently in the past few months. Now, it is important to let our customers know that there are products that they will be able to use to avoid the appearance of the maskne. But also it is very important to let our customers know and ourselves know that we just have to create a healthy habit of changing the mask frequently. We need to change the mask every day. It's just like underwear. We change our underwear every single day. The mask is the same thing. We're going to be keeping the bacteria into that area, into that cloth that needs to be washed out daily. But if you're going to be sweating a lot, if you're going to be outside, then that means that you have to have one of those facial masks with you so that you will be able to change it to a new one to avoid any proliferation of this bacteria. So we have put together the Skimbiome Repair. The Skimbiome Repair, was developed exclusively for Germain de Cappuccini. It is designed to increase the skin's tolerance by rebalancing the microbiota of the skin, which is going to be essential for keeping the skin's barrier healthy and protected. We're going to have two types of biotics. We have the prebiotic and we have the probiotic. The combination of these two is what we brought into the Skimbiome Repair. So by having this, we're going to be having some good benefits on the skin because we're going to be increasing the skin's tolerance to reduce the sensitivity in the long term. We're going to be calming the current irritation, redness, itching, burning, flaking. We're going to be increasing and repair and regenerate the skin. And of course, we're going to be increasing the water retention and improve the hydration on the skin. So let's take a look about what are prebiotics and probiotics, because sometimes it's hard and difficult to understand one or the other, but it's very simple. The probiotics are simply the healthy bacteria that lives in our body. And the prebiotics is the food for these probiotics to be balanced. That is basically it. So what are the prebiotics and probiotics that we had taking in order to create the Skimbiome Repair? we have the prebiotic. Remember, this is the food for the good bacteria, for the probiotic. So the prebiotic, that food that we had, we brought into the skin biome. We brought in the fructooligosaccharides. The fructooligosaccharides, it's a fructan. It's a fruit sugar molecule that can be found over in 12% of the angiosperms, like the agave, artichokes, asparagus, leeks, garlic, onions, just to mention a few. There are two types of basic types of simple fructan, and one of them is the inulin. The inulin is produced by many types of plants, and we have taken the inulin from the chicory, which is a purple flower coming in from the dandelion family. Then we take off the oligosaccharides that they have many functions, including cell recognition and cell binding. For example, the glycolipids have an important role in the immune response. And this is why we're giving this food in order to improve that immune response, to make the skin more stronger and protect it itself. And then we have the probiotic, which is the Lactococcus ferment lysate. It is obtained from the gram-positive bacteria of the Lactococcus lactis. And this over here is going to be improving the cell cycle, increasing the production of the antimicrobial peptides. The Lactococcus lactis, the bacteria, it is used extensively in the production of buttermilk and cheese, but it has become very famous as the first genetically modified organism to be used alive for the treatments in humans. A Japanese study proved that some fermentation produced by the Lactococcus lactis is going to be disrupting the mobility in pathogenic bacteria. So this means that the Lactococcus ferment lysate is going to be maintaining a healthy balance in the skin's microbiome by maximizing the benefits of the good bacteria. It's going to be strengthening the skin's natural defenses for optimal hydration, reduces inflammation and redness, improves the appearance of the skin overall. So basically, we're going to be improving the capacity of the skin to protect itself, and in case that any bad bacteria comes in touch with our skin microbiota, this is going to be balanced in order to avoid the proliferation of this bad bacteria to happen in our skin. So we have put together the probiotic and the prebiotic to work in synergy to make the skin healthier, prepare it to face the factors that are daily aggressing the skin. For this, we work together with the Valencia University. So we have put together a products that we tested in with the university, with the Department of Pharmacology into it in order to bring together products that are going to be 100% tolerance by any skin type. We did clinical tests with them that we confirm that the skin is going to be improving immediately, and it's going to be able to have a positive reaction within 2 months after the application of the product. We also tested it with equipment that was going to be showing this improvement in the different factors that treated sensitive skin. Also, we had self-assessment. So the test was carried out in 90 people, and they were able to see how they improved in all of these effects, that we're able to have a moisturizer, increased the permeability of the skin, more hydration, reduce the flaking of it, and anything that had the negative effects of sensitive skin was improved. So then let's see what are the products that we brought in together within the BCALM collection. We have 4 products. As you can see, the product itself, the whole collection, it comes in a unisex. So it doesn't have any of the dark colors or bright colors, so that it's not gonna be able to be just for men or just for women. This whole collection is for any age, any gender, any time. We have 4 products. We have some products that are going to be used as a cleansing and as a treatment. Now, the cleansing product that we're going to be able to have is the micellar water gel. This over here will be able to be used on both sensitive skin and sensitized skin. What is the difference between both? The sensitive skin is the condition of the skin, meaning a rosacea type of thing will be a sensitive skin. But then we have the sensitized. The sensitized is the transitory sensitive skin. It's a consequence of a temporary aggression or condition. Like for example, the maskne. The reaction that we're having by using the mask on our face in a daily basis now during COVID era. So the micellar water would be a perfect product to recommend to those people who are experiencing this condition. We have then the treatment, we have the moisturizing cream. Now the moisturizers will be available we recommend it for the sensitive skin. So the people that are having the sensitive as a condition of the skin. And then we have the SOS Intensive Care. This is a serum that it will be able to use on both sensitive skin and sensitized skin. So also people who are having the sensitive skin as a natural condition and also as a transitory condition. So let's start talking about the moisturizers. In here we have, this is gonna be a daily moisturizing. You're gonna be able to use it both day and night. It's going to be having 2 different formulations. One will be the light texture that is recommended for a normal to combination skin. And then we have the rich texture, which is gonna be recommended for dry skin. The ingredients that we have over here is gonna be the same skin biome repair. So we have the probiotics and the prebiotic. But now we have an additional ingredient of the Tasmanian pepperberry. The Tasmanian pepperberry is a fruit native from Australia. It has a taste, a sweet taste with a peppery aftertaste. This is why the name comes from. The look is very similar to blueberries. And this Tasmanian pepperberry has many active compounds, but one of the ones that we're gonna be focusing on is the rutin. The rutin is going to be straightening the capillaries, repairs the skin, and soothes, because it's going to be assisting to regenerate vitamin C, and it has anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Then we have the Sensi peptide. This is going to be increasing the barrier on the skin. Remember, this is going to be assisting with the creation of the antimicrobial peptides that is not going to be allowing the bad bacteria to proliferate. We have Immuglucane. This is going to be working as a trainer. This is going to be working on the skin in order to make the skin protect itself in the near future. And then we have the corn phytoactive. Some of you may recognize this ingredient from the So Delicate collection, because the corn phytoactive is an ingredient that it is a combination of corn, arnica, and rice. This is the same active ingredient that we had on the So Delicate, and we brought it into here because this is going to be improving the tolerance on sensitive skin. So this is going to be allowing the skin to be more soft and decongested, making it much better. Like I said, we apply this product both morning and night. It has the airless technology, so the product is just going to be allowing the product to go out, but nothing will be returned into the product inside, so that there's not going to be any contamination or oxygenation in the product. This will come in its box, and the package insert will be also added in. And this is just some of the results that people saw after just 5 using of the people using the product at home. This is some of the results that we were able to see on using the rich texture. In just 5 days, how the hydration improved. And in here with the water loss, how it also decreased in the 30-day process. Some of the pictures that we took with the equipment that we used. Over here, you're able to see this flaking on the skin after 5 days, how those flakings were reduced. And after 30 days, you see how the skin looks smooth. With the light texture, we were able to see also a difference between the hydration on the skin and the water loss that we had. And this is how we'll be looking. So this is the pump that I was telling you about, that you will be able to let product out, but nothing will come in. Then we have the SOS intensive care. Like we mentioned before, the SOS intensive care is also recommended not only for people with sensitive skin, like for instance rosacea, but also for those who are that are experiencing an uncomfortable skin caused by an aggression, such as the mask, once again. So this over here, it comes in a dropper, just like you see it over here. So you're going to be pushing in the middle of the tube, and the product will go in, but nothing will come out. You're able to use this balm not only during the day, in morning and night, but also you will be able to use the product as often as you need throughout the day. It's going to be providing immediate relief into the skin. We also have, we have the skin biome repair, like with the probiotic and prebiotic, but we also have over here the same Tasmanian pepperberry. We still have the Sensi peptides in order to increase the antimicrobial peptides on the skin. We have the imuglucane in order to work as a trainer, so the skin will be able to protect itself in the near future. But we have over here adding two active ingredients. We have extracts from plants, from the daffodil and licorice, to increase the reduction of the redness, the itching, the burning on the skin, and especially the flaking. And over here we have hydrogenated lecithin. The lecithin is a mixture of diglycerides like the stearic, palmitic, and oleonic acids. And the lecithin, it is very good for the skin because it's going to be soothing and moisturizes. If we have a very moisturized skin, then the flaking and the appearance of the dryness on the skin is going to be disappearing. So this is why we have added this ingredient into it, to avoid all this flakiness and to provide the skin with extra moisture. This will also come inside a box with the package insert. It has the anti-return technology that I was telling you about, that it will be allowing the product to go out, but nothing will come in. And it is important to know that we will be able to use this product at any time of the day that we have. So, and it is a small tube, so you will be able to carry it, for instance, in your purse. So if you're experiencing this discomfort by the use of the facial mask, you will be able to just apply it, and within just 2 minutes, you're gonna be feeling much better. In here, we did a test, and to know how fast the relief will take into effect. And it took only 100 seconds for people to felt the difference. In just 100 seconds, to just like 2 minutes, the sensation of the burning disappeared. So this is very important to know, and this is why we can keep it within at reach at any time of the day. And finally, talking about the micellar water. This is a cleanser that it works with micellars. It's going to be cleansing and removing the skin and the dirt from the skin. And it's not only hypoallergenic on the skin, but it is important to know that it is also hypoallergenic on the eyes. Those of you who have tried the micellar water out there in the industry may have experienced an irritation around the eyes. And this is very important to know that our product will not cause that irritation around the eyes. Because of the ingredients that we had and all the tests that we have taken into effect. So this product is going to be used morning and night. It is important to know that no water will be needed. The water that we have taken it from our faucets, that is water that has been treated, and water may also affect and fight the microbiota on the skin, making it unbalanced. So this is why we had put together a cleanser that does not recommend the use of water, that doesn't need the use of water, to avoid this from happening. So this is very simple to use. You're just going to be applying it. You can apply it directly on your skin, and then with a dry cotton, you're going to be swiping it off, or you can apply it on the cotton and then just go over the skin in order to remove the dirt. Now, if you have a lot of makeup, I recommend using just the regular cleansers that you normally use with water, and then finishing up with the application of the micellar water, just to make the skin back to normal, just to create the microbiota into balance in order to avoid any further irritation. This product comes in a pump container and it doesn't have any box, so it will come as you see it right here. Now, the ingredients that we had in this product, we have taken the micellus from the Saponis of Shiitake, desert date, and woods of gypsophila. These micelles are going to be working like magnets, grabbing in and trapping all the dirt from the skin without being aggressive on the skin, just being aggressive on the dirt, for instance, just grabbing them in. But then it's going to be respecting all the pH on the skin and the physiological effects on the skin in order to balance it. And then we have a molecule that is going to be providing an instant soothing effect. And this molecule is the 40-butyl cyclohexanol that is going to be relieving that sensation of burning and itching on the skin. One of the main problems that we've had with seeing the micellar waters in the industry is that as you can see it, most of them, almost 99% of the products that you see out there are watery or oily. This, by making it into this texture, this is what causes the irritation, especially around the eye. So we made ours into a gel. It's actually not just a gel, it's like a creamy gel formulation that is going to avoid the irritation on the skin and on the eyes. It is important to know that the whole collection, it could be used on oncological patients. All of our products are going to be meeting the requirements to be used on people undergoing chemotherapy and radiotherapy. So the results that we've seen on the products used on this group has been excellent. So we highly recommend it to be given over to them. This concludes our presentation of the BCalm. I hope that that this was very beneficial for you and that you're ready to give this collection over to those customers that need a special attention. Thank you very much, and don't forget to go into our website at www.iacspa.com.